Hi everyone, it's Nicole, and here is my final layout using the Spencer's kit. It is layout 20, and it is for the Spencer's kit, and it is the 24th out of 50 for the Facebook challenge, and it took me an hour and 7 minutes. So I still, like I said, I got 5 pattern papers of that Tim and Beck paper, and I believe this is my last sheet. So I used up all 5 sheets, and I used so many because I always get the add more paper and the more pattern paper, and I did use quite a bit of those too. So today is July 23rd, Tuesday. I just did 6 night shifts, so brain is dead. So tonight I'm hoping I'm going to upload this video today, and tonight I'm hoping to do the Calico video. So hopefully I'll get that uploaded tonight too. And then I can start with the Make It Planetarium, which I can't wait. So tomorrow I'll do the video where I match up all the papers and stuff. So I'll get that done tomorrow. And I have 4 days off. So hopefully I can get ahead and get a whole bunch of layouts done ahead like I usually do. So when I go back to work, I have videos to upload. So this background paper was, again, it was a glitz paper. And I had used already one sheet of it. And this was the second sheet. And I decided to use one of those Crafters Workshop template of New York City. And I'm just going to do it once at the bottom. And I just got the new in colors from Stampin' Up. I absolutely love them. The brown one is called Baked Sugar. And then that greenish teal one is called Pistachio Pudding. And the colors are so yummy. And that color matches or coordinates with the color of the Statue of Liberty so well. So I decided to use that. And I'm also going to use another Crafters Workshop template, and it's going to be the hearts. And I absolutely love that template. So I'm going to take a sponge, and I'm going to ink up those hearts as a background for the top part of the layout. So I'm not going to use a lot of pattern papers on this, just that Tim and Beck. And then I used that new cardstock that matches that ink from Stampin' Up. It's called Pistachio Pudding. And my girlfriend sells Stampin' Up, and I had you can buy like all the new ink colors in colors together and the cardstock. And then there's ribbons and everything. And she actually did me a little sample of the new ribbons and gave a little sample to me. So I'm going to use them on this page. They're so cute. They're kind of ruffle ribbon. So I'm going to do the other side of the page. And I'm not going to do in the middle because that's where the photo's going to be. And it's just going to be a waste of time. So I'm not going to do that. And the ink now and the pad too kind of reminds me of the Hero Arts ink that I love so much. See how it's going on really blotchy? Well, when it dries, it's going to be smooth, just like the Hero Arts ink. And really, right now it's really dark, and when it dries up, it's going to be really light and really, really nice. I mean, I love the color that it is right now, but it's really nice when it dries up too. So I'm going to do all those up. And I so love that that template. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Because remember, I have a challenge coming up for a prize. And you might see that showing up in the prize for you guys. Because it's one of my favorite templates. So now I'm going to cut down that paper, and I wanted something because it does have that green in that paper, and it has, quite a bit of color, and I wanted it to stand out, but it was really bright. So I thought I'd use that hexagon vellum paper, and it's going to tone down that paper quite a bit. So I'm just going to put that hexagon paper right over top that paper, and it's going to tone it down. And that beautiful life little tag, it was one of the sheets that we could cut apart, and I kind of forgot to cut it apart to use it, and so I just did it a few layouts ago. And so I'm going to use that little label. And now I wanted some of the hearts to stand out. I didn't want to outline all the hearts because I wanted it to be different in some spots. So I'm going to outline 3 on each side, just to kind of give it some interest. And I'm just kind of stitching around and kind of doing a little X. I don't know if some of you have done some toll painting before, but I used to do a ton of toll painting, probably about, I don't know, 15 years ago. And the little stitching with the X's, you know, to kind of give it some definition. I used to use that all the time at toll painting, so I thought that'd be cute here on the page. And I'm going to use that washi tape that we got in a kit quite a few months ago. And it kind of bubbled up there, so I'm going to look for one of my bone folders. I couldn't find the one that I usually use, so I have one that's kind of small and short, but it's got and when you hold on to it, it really works well. So I use that to smooth it out. And now I'm just kind of looking at what else I could do for this page. And I think I'm even going to flip that over to see if I would like it with the red. And it would have been okay, but I just wanted all the different colors. So I'm going to flip it again. So I had another template too that I thought I was going to use, but I don't end up using. So now I'm going through some of the little buttons that we had gotten from a kit a few months ago from Echo Park, but I don't end up using those flags. I'm looking at some enamel dots. And I even thought I had some of the hexagons that were left over, and I thought, well, maybe I could use those, but I decided against it. Because at the bottom left of the page, it says who, what, when, and where. So that's where I'm going to do my journaling. I might not necessarily like put a line for who, a line for what, a line for when, but it kind of introduces the journaling. So I'm just going to do my journaling there. And then I found one of those wood veneers that were from Amy Tangerine, and it says, let's go somewhere fun. And the picture is just a picture I took of myself as we were on that. Okay, so the recording stopped for whatever reason, so I'm just going to go from where I had left off. So I was just saying how I took a picture of myself as we were floating by the Lady Liberty or Statue of Liberty, and I didn't take many pictures of myself, you know, during the trip. So I just kind of quickly snapped a photo of myself, and it's not a good photo, but you know, at least I have a photo. And so now I'm going to start gluing everything down to the page. And where it kind of stopped, I don't know what I had said and what recorded, what didn't record. But the reason I had put that vellum is just kind of tone down those colors. And now I'm going to add some of that washi tape that we had gotten last month or a few months ago. And of course, washi tape, even if you use it over and over and over and over again, it lasts forever. And that's what I love about washi tape. And now here's some of that ribbon that I had gotten from the new In Colors Stampin' Up. And this one, that ribbon is that pistachio pudding color. So I'm going to add some ATG to either side of the page, and I'm going to glue down those little frilly ribbons. I absolutely love them. So when I think we have to put in our orders for our kit club, Stampin' Up Club. I'm going to order, there's 5 of them, so I'll probably order 2 and then next month order 2, and then so on and so forth until I have them all. But I absolutely love them. So I also took out some of those arrows that came in, or no, that I had bought from 2 Peas in a Bucket. They were exclusive to 2 Peas in a Bucket, and I had bought them when I had completed my 50 layouts. And I still haven't received all my orders. I mean, it's, you know, the orders that I had ordered, because I had to order from different places to get everything that I wanted. But that's how long it takes for me to get my orders here. It's a good thing that I have enough stuff that, you know, it's not as if I'm at the mailbox every day trying to figure out if it came in or not, because I'm not impatient that way, which is a good thing, because that would drive me bananas. I'm just happy when I see it. So I had bought some of those paper clips, and I love the color. And then I had gotten some of the cameras too. I went through my wood veneers and took out some of those wood veneer hearts. I'm going to add those to the page. And then I had gotten some sequins in a kit a few months ago, so I'm pulling those out because I'm trying to use those more. And then that washi tape, it fit perfectly there because I had inked up the word journey, and then that washi tape says remember this, so I just put it right over top and it says remember this journey. So I'm fussing with those sequins and the little wood veneer hearts. I didn't put too much embellishment on that page, and reason being is because I did use 2 templates and a lot of inking, so I didn't, you know, want to take away from that. So now I'm putting some washi tape to the top cluster just to kind of ground that top cluster. And the bottom arrow is just gonna kind of point at my template at the bottom. And it's sort of the city. So kind of pointing at New York City. So now I'm going to start gluing the wood veneer with my quick dry adhesive. And it's my favorite glue for, you know, gluing stuff really quickly. And it lasts forever. I think the last bottle I got, I had bought it way before, and I was up to like layout 60 something, the scrapbook processing videos. So I had done those 60 pages, plus I had gotten the bottle maybe like 6 months before, so it lasts almost a year, like, you know, to do hundreds of pages. And I use it like on every single page, so it's not as if I just use it sometimes. I use it all the time. So now I wanted some twine for that page, but I didn't have any that was in the right color. So I have some twine from Stampin' Up, and it's just white twine. So I just put the twine down on the white paper, and then I just kind of pull the twine through. And I did 2 things, because I wanted to ink up some of that white paper anyway to punch out some butterflies. And at the same time, I was also inking the twine. The only thing was I could not use my American Craft this to that dot adhesive. And I don't know if it's because I didn't let it dry enough. Like maybe if I would have let it dry like 10 or 12 hours, it would have been fine. But I don't have that kind of time. I think I did it just before I went to work, or just when I got to work. I just worked on it for an extra, 20 or 30 minutes before I went to bed. So I didn't have time to wait. And so I'm going to try a few times with the this to that dot adhesive, and it doesn't work. So I end up using my quick dry adhesive, and that works fine. And I added some dimensionals in behind the wings of all the butterflies, or the bigger butterflies. So I'm going to try a few times, and it just doesn't work. So I'm going to give up, and I'm going to take out my quick dry adhesive. And I'm going to add some glue to the twine, and that worked fine. And I'm looking at the page now, and there's a couple spots where it's kind of shiny, but it's not too bad. I mean, in a pinch, I didn't have a choice. I couldn't get it glued down any other way, so that I could think of right off the bat anyway. So it worked fine. So I'm going to glue those down in the 3 different clusters. And I'm going to put my journaling where it says who, what, when, and where. And it's not necessarily going to be like who, me, what, you know. And I'm just going to do my journaling or write down my journaling in that little square right there. And then the words can just be kind of like who, what, when, where is just sort of an embellishment, I guess, to the rest of the page to kind of present the journaling, or for lack of a better word. So now I'm looking for some glimmer glaze that I can put on my page, and I'm not really sure which one's going to coordinate better, so I'm just kind of putting a little bit on that little piece of scrap to see which one I like the best. And I'm going to add some at every cluster. And I should be using my box, because the last time, a few days ago, that I washed my desk, it was covered in glimmer glaze. Like, my desk looked like a mixed media project. And I was there with, you know, some Comet and my metal ruler, the back of it, kind of scraping it off. And I did manage to take it all off, but it took me a good half hour to get it cleaned up. So I really should be using my box. I guess I didn't learn my lesson yet. So I just inked it up, and I really love those glimmer glaze, because even on top of the washi tape, it dries. Like, it pools and it makes like a little bubble and it dries. As far like Mr. Huey, on anything that's shiny, it doesn't dry. Like 2 days later, you'll go wipe it off and it wipes off. So if you want to see some still photos of the layout, you can go to 2 Peas in a Bucket and Studio Calico in the members gallery and just look for Nicole Jones 911. So that's it. The page is done. So thanks for watching. Bye.